Yeah, we'll leave it for a bit, man. Fuck that.
Rio. Rio. Wagwan people, like and subscribe to Anfield Uncle Rod's channel. Show some love, you never walk alone.
Yes, people, back again with another show. So you know how it goes when I come round, when I'm round here. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, nice. Please like and subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification button. Right, today I'm going to be talking about, obviously, the big thing is Trent's confirmed that he's leaving the club. We're going to be talking about that. I'm going to show his message and we can react to his message. Also, we're going to talk about Richard Keys' comments that he came out with the other day regarding Liverpool. And we're going to talk about the game yesterday as well, where we capitulated against Chelsea 3-1. We went down to the bridge. We're going to be talking about all that. But remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Please do. Big up Ravi's in the building. Ravi says, I see you there, my brethren. Trent gone, but certain Liverpool fans can't come with the disrespect on him. We have to look upon the future for Liver. You hear? True, we have to. I just think of the way that he's done it. The way that he's done it. I mean, one thing to me is the fact. The biggest thing is that he's leaving for free. Do you know what I mean? That is the biggest thing, that he's leaving for free. And I still think the club is behind it. I still think there's something that he's seen with the club that he doesn't like, and no matter what, he's not going to stay for it. Do you know what I mean? So let's get into the video. Yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Let's get into the video, okay? And once we can get in the video, we'll be all right. Yeah, let's get into the video. This is the video of Trent's message. Okay. Trent's message today. I woke up and saw this. Do you know what I mean? So let's react to Trent's message, okay?
Okay. After 20 years at Liverpool Football Club, I'll be leaving at the end of the season.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Do you know what it is? It looks really robotic, doesn't it? It looks really robotic with the fact of that, man. He looks like he's just reading off something. He's been told to read something and he's just reading it. Big up Ravi. Ravi says, that's on the club. We know the strippiness they be doing. Yeah. We know, bro. All right, let's get back to it.
I think the decision for me is personal. To change environment, to challenge myself elsewhere. It's not about wanting to find something better. It's about me and my personal journey as a player.
That's bollocks. Sorry, that's bollocks. Because you can challenge yourself at the Liverpool Football Club. You can challenge yourself here. Do you know what I mean? What better challenge there is to have that you just won the league, yeah? Can you not challenge yourself to say that, you're going to sort of like want to win it next season and more on top of that? So that, to me, doesn't kite with me. I mean, big up Trudon in the building. Trudon says, worse acting than Hollyoaks, Man said Hollyoaks, Stop it. It's true, though. It is true. Let's get rid of that. Right,
And I feel like now is the right time for me to go and experience that. People won't be happy with the decision, but it's something that I feel like I need to do on my journey in my career.
It's Alexander-Arnold! Oh, what a moment! The teenager!
The times.
I still think, I'm sorry, I still think, it's got something to do with the club. Do you know what I mean? You listen. You just won the fuck. All right. I was saying to my bro early on. Yeah. I was saying, look, it's not like before when you had like players like Suarez left, Coutinho left, and so on. Them times we weren't winning anything. You know what I mean? And to go to a club like obviously with Torres when he went to Chelsea, to go to a club like Chelsea and they got all this money and you got a really, really good chance of winning stuff. Do you know what I mean? It looks attractive to a player. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not because of that. Yeah, I understand that. But like when you look at sort of like Liverpool, we are winning things. Do you know what I mean? All right. The last time we won a title was last time we won a title was thing in it. It was 5 years ago. But after that, we've been contesting, been in some finals. We've done the domestic cup double. Do you know what I mean? Done that. Then the following season, didn't go to well for us. But then, last season we won the thing in it. We won the League Cup. I done pretty well. Do you know what I mean? So you are, to be honest, you are winning things at the club. So I can't understand why you say it and they, well, look, it's your personal journey, and you want to change the environment. Why would you want to change from the club that you've grown up with, right? As a kid, we've seen it in the videos as a kid, and it's not you've literally won so many things before the age of 24. Why would you want to change from that? Change environment. Why does a change environment come into place? I just wish that these people be truthful and to say, well, look, again, I don't see no future with this club that I'm at. I don't see no future. You understand what I'm saying? They're not ambitious enough for me. Do you know? You get me? And I want to win things, and I just don't think they're going to sustain that. Do you know what I mean? It's a big up, uncle. Yeah, big up to you, BA Scouts. No, sorry, SA Scouts. Sorry, SA Scouts. Big up to you. Love and respect to you. What do you think about this situation, Scouts? What do you think? Right, let's play some more of this. Yeah.
That I've had here, the memories, the special moments are and will always be some of the best moments I'll have in my life, and memories that will live with me forever. And I'm eternally grateful to everyone who's helped me along the way. Being able to sit here now as a two-time Premier League champion for the club that I grew up loving, it's a great end to the story for me.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me read some of these. Read some of these comments. Read some of these comments. Sorry. All right. Ravi says, yeah, but we might think Real Madrid might not come about calling again. Why? Well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter, Ravs. So I mean, if you're winning shit at your club, do you know what I mean? If you're winning shit at the club, because I don't care anybody says you're going to Real Madrid and because you feel that you can, you want to win things. You know what I mean? And you feel that you'd be more special there than what you'd be here, but it's not gonna be, mate. Not gonna be. Okay, let's see this one here. BA Scouts SA Scouts says, saw you on, copies and subscribe. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And please hit that notification button. You'll be notified whenever I go live. I'm going live tomorrow evening. I'm doing a watch along for the Inter Milan and Barcelona game, and then on Wednesday I'm doing a PSG and Arsenal game. Do you know what I mean? See who gets in the final. See who gets in the final. All right. Okay. Cedric Lopez, big up Roz at Trent. at Trent needs a good Millie slap. Don't understand his decision. No, I don't get it. I'm not. No, let me be honest with you. I do get it. I feel at the end of the day that he's not saying the real reason. Yeah, he's not saying the real reason, and I feel it's a club. It's a club. You know what I mean? He's fed up with FSG, the way that FSG is going on, and like he hasn't properly forgiven FSG for what they've done to Jurgen Klopp, because a lot of people got to realize, you know what I mean? It's like people are saying that, you know, that obviously Bellingham's tapping him up and this and that, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? He's made Bellingham and all that stuff. Remember at the day it was Jurgen Klopp and Trent that done that groundwork to get Bellingham to our club. You know what I mean? Now, if FSG was prepared to pay that money, Bellingham would have been at our club. Simple things. Bellingham would have been at our club. Simple things. You know what I mean? So what it is now, Bellingham's seen the chance at the day to do the same thing, right, to Trent and what Trent did to him. Do you know what I mean? We cannot sort of like say, well, look, it was all right when Trent did it, but then now Bellingham's doing it. That it's not all right. He's a dickhead. He's just not. You can't say that. That's just being a hypocrite. Literally, just being a hypocrite. Nobody can say that. Let me see what the other comments say before I go back on. Do one more comment before I go back on the thing. SA Scout says I'm upset for two reasons. One, he's going to that team, and two, he's leaving for free. Yes, I agree. SA Scouts, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Let's get back to the video.
Alexander-Arnold, and he scored!
Of course, it's very emotional for me. It's all I've ever known. It's everything I've ever wanted to do, dreamed of as a kid. Yeah, it's just very emotional.
Yeah, but it's still something that in the day that it's still something, to be fair, right, that you don't have to do. You don't have to go there. Seriously, you don't have to go there. You know what I mean? I'm upset. I'm upset in the fact that today he's like the same with SA Scouts, like one, you know, he's going to that team. That's another player that we lost to a Spanish team. You know what I mean? The so-called Spanish giants and that, right? There's another player that we lost. I'm losing for free. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was chatting with my bro earlier on, and he's saying about the Timo Werner situation. Timo Werner contract was running down. He knew that Liverpool or Chelsea wanted him. So what did he do? He signed another contract. So, yeah, that his club, RB Leipzig, could get some money for him. But we're getting nothing for him. All we're gonna get in there is compensation in there, so he can play in that tournament, that new tournament that they bloody drummed up. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's all he's gonna get. That's all we're gonna get, and even that's gonna probably be a couple of million. That's fucked. It's fucked. Trent gone, but what's bad is some fans saying he's a massive traitor and he means nothing now. He's left. That I don't agree with. I can understand why they're saying that, but that I don't agree with. That I don't agree with. Do you know what I mean? And they've been, trust me, Ravi, they've been saying a lot more than that. Right, let's get back to the video.
Honest, because the club, the city, the fans, the people have given me things that I could never have dreamt of in my wildest dreams. It's, you know, a journey that I've lived through that millions of people will dream of doing it, and I've been lucky.
Yeah, so you've admitted there that the club has given you, like, you know, they're giving you everything that you can hope for as a footballer. The club has given you everything, yeah. But yet, what you've done, you're leaving for a free. You're not even saying that they will look, let this club and they pick up some money for me. Do you know what I mean? You're leaving on a free. This is what I don't agree. This is why when these people, footballers, when they're leaving you should just say that I'm leaving and just go. Just I'm leaving and just go, because when you come out with your excuses and stuff of like why you leaving, you just look stupid. And it's not just Trent. You know what I mean? I've seen many of football players across the sort of like across the board, Arsenal, Man United, a lot. I've seen them, and they seem to think, all right, right. All they can have to do is just do a video, put a sad face. Do you know what I mean? That they're really upset that they're leaving, and everything's gonna be all right. But if you was that upset that you're leaving, you wouldn't be leaving. Especially a club like Liverpool. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't understand. I can understand if it was a situation where we wasn't winning anything, but we're doing shit. So that leads me to believe, right? He's looked at the future with Liverpool, like from with them FSG lot and all sorts, yeah. And you think, fuck me, it's not really bright here, is it? Telling you. SA Scouser says he doesn't see the same ambition in Liverpool ownerships compared to Real Madrid. Exactly my point. That's on us as much as it is on him. Yeah, exactly. It's a club, mate. It's a club. They don't, you know what I mean? I don't think that sort of like he's properly forgiven the club for Thing leaving, for Klopp leaving. Jack Grealish made sure Villa made 100 mil off his sale. That's another thing. Exactly, SA Scouser. That's exactly my point. The fact is, Trent, you're leaving for free, and no matter how you try to make it sort of like sound like that how much you love the club and you're sorry you're leaving and blah blah blah, right? You're going on a free. And you're going on a free to a club that can literally afford to buy you 100 times over. That is the point I'm trying to make. Because the thing is about you're going to go to Real Madrid, they're going to put you on like a 6-year deal, and you're going to be getting beer bags. You could probably be getting like 400 bags a week. You're probably getting 400 bags a week for that amount of money. Do you know what I mean? So they could afford to buy you, Trent. It's just that they chose not to. They chose to wait until your contract runs down and then swarm in and say, like, yeah, man, come over here. Bellingham, tell him to come over here. You know what I mean? He's big bro, yeah. In Klopp, what he wants to say, the father figure, he's gone and everything. That's going to be double easy to get him. That's what they do. And this is what a lot of clubs are going to do. A lot of clubs that they're going to wait, you know what I mean, until they come to the end of the contract and swoop in. But then what it's going to be, you're going to see it's in the integrity of the player, of what he does. Does he sign another contract, right, in order for that club to sort of like for his the club that he's either grown with or he's been with for a while to get money, or does he just like do the off at the end of the day, right? Go on a free and give us some sob story. That's what he's giving us. I'm sorry, you're giving us a sob story, and there's a lot of fans at the day that are not buying it. Now, a lot of fans are more vocal than others. Don't get me wrong. A lot of fans are more vocal than others, and some of them are saying some out of the pocket things, which I don't agree with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even when the fact that it's like, when it first come out, you should see all the pictures that was coming out and all the things that they were saying. Do you know what I mean? It was out of pocket, right? But Trent himself at the day, right, should know it and day, should have it in himself to say it and day, well, look, you know what I mean? Let me sign another contract and then the club can get some money, blah, 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 blah. But obviously, at the day, obviously, I said I looked at Trent at the beginning of the season, and I looked at Trent. I said, "Nah, that kid's not. He's not the same. Anybody can look at him and say he's not the same." What is FSG? What is FSG? What it? Oh, sorry. What it is? FSG and Liver didn't meet Trent's ambition, and Liverpool didn't want to meet his ambition, and it's come to this. Yeah, well, yes, it's true. It's true. I would rather sort of like hold on, let me just put this up. Yeah, that's it. I would rather Trent come out and say that the club is not matching my ambition, and I'm going to a club that is matching my ambition. I'd rather him say that than say all this dribble. Okay. So I'm going to start a couple of these things there so I can come back to it. Yeah, start that one. Start that one, yeah. Right, so I can come back to these ones here. So let's get back then. Let's get back.
Be enough to have been able to experience it. I'll never forget it, and I can't thank everyone enough for the support, the belief.
Not being funny, Trent, and whether you never forget it or not, nobody cares. Nobody cares in there because you're leaving for free. You're leaving on a free. You're leaving on a free, boy.
The amazing moments we've had.
It's another stellar moment from Trent Alexander-Arnold.
The love I have for this club will never leave. It will never diminish. I'll love it forever.
You haven't got love for the club. I'm sorry. See, that's what I'm trying to say. It's all this like dribble that he's giving us. The love he had for the club. If you had love for the club, Trent, you wouldn't be leaving on a free. Please don't give us that. Please don't. Because that makes you sort of like more. It makes you at the end of the day look more silly. You know what I mean? It makes you look more like a snake. You know what I mean? That's what people's calling you. They're calling you a snake. You cannot say that you got love for the club. Do you know what I mean? When you do all that, you cannot say that. A bit more before I sort of go on to the next thing.
I'll forever be in debt to the club and the fans for everything they've done for me. And there's no doubt about it. I'll be back. Any chance I get, I'll come watch games. I'll be supporting.
You're not going to be welcome, Trent. I'm sorry, to be fair. You're not going to be welcome. You're not going to be welcome. Right. You know, I just don't see the point of like all that. Do you know what I mean? Don't try to make yourself look like the good guy when at the end of the day, it's all like, you know what I mean? I understand at the end of the day, I understand there may be situations going on with the club that you don't like, you know what I mean? But don't mug us off in the process, bro. Just come out and say what it is. Instead of dressing it up and trying to make yourself look the good guy and I forever love the club. You know what I mean? And I love the club. Well, you don't because you're going on a free, bro. Yeah? I will come back and watch games. I'll always watch games. I'll always support the club. Well, no. You're not going to be welcome because the fact is, and I'll ask the fan base as well. Lots of people in the chat, right? Do you think A, that Trent should like play be in the squad for the rest of the season? And B, do you think you should be on the parade? Let me know in the chat. Right, I'm gonna check out. I did a poll earlier on. I did a poll on YouTube, so I need to check it out and see. Wagwan. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. So, right, let's get it out. Right, so I did a poll, and it says, "Is Trent wrong for leaving to go to Real Madrid?" Right. So what we've got is 33%. 33% have said yes. 22% have said no, and 44% have said don't care. You know what I mean? So I'll leave it open for a while anyway. Yeah. So people can sort of like thing in it, look at it, and so fourth. Right, let's close that. Let us close that. Right. Yes. Let's go. Let's look at some of these. Chats. Let's look at some of these chats. All right. Klopp won the Champions League, and his reward was Elliot, Adrian, and Sepp van der Berg. Yeah, I know that. I know that. That was shit. That was fucking shit. Sepp van der Berg. We won in spite of FSG, not because of them. I agree with that 100%. Klopp was the equalizer, like Denzel Washington. Facts. SA Scouser. Facts. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, set that off. Not enough chats in there. Enough chats to get through. Who knows? It could be the fact that when Klopp left, he thought it's not gonna be the same. I feel that as well. Ravi says the club Liverpool, they could be hooked. A few of what's that? This club Liverpool, they could have hooked a fee for him leaving, but didn't act serious. Sorry. Yep, facts. I agree with that as well. I will never hate him, but it leaves a bitter aftertaste for sure. That is true. That is true as a Scouser. That is true. Very so true. Anfield Irishman. Big up Anfield Irishman, and make sure you guys go over and like and subscribe to Anfield Irishman's channel. Lovely guy, very knowledgeable about football. Trust me, very knowledgeable about football. I was on his show the other night, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And he's been on my show before. Really great guy. So please go over and show him some support. So big up Anfield Irishman. Big up the chest. It says Scouts say big up Irish. Love and respect for that. Ravi says FSG and Liverpool could have made a little fee from Trent going. It's this club's fault. Banking on Trent will sign. He won't leave. I just think they're fucking numbskulls, a lot of them. And for that, I said afternoon SA. SA thoughts on Trent. I think he's asking Irish, man. And I said players come and go. SA Scouts are, but club will always be bigger. Yeah, I understand that, but you know, look, the club needs to move a lot more better than what they're doing. I mean, facts. He says facts. Play no. Irishman says. Prayed yes. No, I don't think you should. I don't think you should go to parade because the amount of abuse that he's going to get, it's not worth it. It's going to ruin the day. Do you know what I mean? You're constantly going to be coming out and saying, you know, to calm down. There's no need for that. Trent's a wonderful guy. Blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? He'll be constantly trying to explain for him. So I think you should get. I think you should just walk now. You know what I mean? I agree, Irish. Cool. It says Gaza. And Ravi says, Scouts or no Scouts, people ain't staying at the end of the career at Liverpool these days. In the words of Chris Brown, these boys ain't loyal. Stop that. Nice one, Ross. Nah, love and respect to you, bro. Love and respect to you. All right, let's get on to like our next subject. Our next subject, which is that hairy ape Richard Keys. Is it hairy ape Richard Keys and something like that? Right? Then get on to the next subject. Numbskull. Right. So basically what it is. Yeah, this club needs to stop being slim shady like Eminem and take what Liverpool's FC means seriously. We ain't a Mickey Mouse team like Spurs. I'll go with that, man. I'll go with that. Right. So basically, what it was, Richard Keys, as we know, is on BN Sport, right? He's on BN Sport with Andy Gray, and he had Jason McAtee on there, and they was talking about the fact of like what the league, as you know, the Arsenal guys come out and said there's a shit league, and a lot of people come out and say it's a shit league because obviously Liverpool's winning it. I mean, you know the rest, right? So he's weighed in now. Now, Richard Keys at day is a person and day that's never really liked. He's never liked Liverpool, not really, but he's never liked Liverpool. You know, what I mean, he's always had negative comments to say about Liverpool, even when he was on, Sky Sports. You know what I mean? You know, and he always bigging up Man United. Every chance he got, always bigging up Man United. Because there was a narrative there to be had. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, that was a new baby. You know what I mean? With the Premiership, Keys is a disgrace. Can't stand him. I know he is. He's a fucking numbskull. But you know, so you know, when he said all this about Liverpool, I wasn't surprised. So let's get into it.
Again, I'd put it to you that the rest haven't really provided a challenge. Nottingham Forest were not expected to do what they have. Manchester City have fallen off a cliff.
Yeah. Would you argue
Chelsea, I think, have done only what they did last year, not much more. Tottenham.
Would you argue they've got...
Why are you talking about Tottenham? Since when was the last time that Tottenham made a serious challenge for the league? Why are you talking about Tottenham? Why are you bringing Tottenham into it? Nottingham Forest at the day, I've done sort of like, you know, they've done well, and I think that's what's made the league sort of like more better, more attractive. It's the likes of Nottingham Forest at the day have stepped up and showed people and said, look, you know, it's not only these you know so-called big teams at the day that's gonna sort of like get up there. We're gonna get up as well, because a lot of people got to remember that Nottingham Forest are twice times European Cup winners. You know what I mean? You know, and winning in the days where you had to win your league. So Nottingham Forest ain't no joke. They've got history behind them. Do you know what I mean? So, but they're showing what they can do, right? But you're talking about Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. and you're talking about sort of like Man City, yeah? Man City at the day, they only start to fall off when people like Rodri got injured. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then they start to fall off. Now, to be honest, today, if Man City was winning it every season, remember that one Man City in the day won it 4 times in a row, yeah. So shall we then say it was a rubbish league? Then it wasn't competitive because they won it 4 times in a row. I'm sure he's not going to say that. He's only saying he's only opening his mouth is because Liverpool's won it. Let me see what this one's saying. Anfield Ironman Keys is still so bitter about Sky sacking them. Yeah, because he couldn't. Because when he was on Sky, he was able to peddle that bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Because Sky. That's what Sky wanted. Sky wanted Keys and their man there to peddle that bullshit, right? Now, what it is when you look at it, right? When you look at the situation with that, because that he's not on there anymore, and he's on BN Sports, he will still peddle the same bullshit because he does not like Liverpool. That's what I say. He don't like Liverpool. Andy Gray and everything is a person that should not like Liverpool because he was played for Everton. You know what I mean? And stuff, yeah. But the fact is, at the end of the day, is that Andy Gray will talk more sense about Liverpool, right, and stick up for Liverpool than one is this numbskull, and he's a Coventry City, excuse me, supporter. Do you know what I mean? So I don't get where he's coming from. She don't get where he's coming from. Ross.
Gone backwards. Who? Tottenham.
I wouldn't argue because I know they have.
No, they've not gone backwards. They're still in reverse.
Yes.
But we argue with Tottenham about all the players that they.
Andy Gray's got some good one-liners, you know. Andy Gray's got some wicked one-liners. He has got wicked one-liners. Everyone is upset because their big 6 teams were absolutely embarrassing this season. Not ours. Not our fault. Yeah, facts, SS Gal. That's facts. But my argument isn't that if Man City won it again for the 5th time in a row, yeah, right, would people be saying it's a rubbish league and it's been a shit league this season? Do you know what I mean? If Arsenal won it, would they be saying the same? They wouldn't be saying that. It's because of Liverpool. Liverpool won it. Do you know what I mean? Ravi says BN Sports is only a channel I used to use when I watch non-TV games on the box. Not interested what Keys and Gray says. Yeah, they want to keep the house to themselves, isn't it? Mm. Right, let's check out more of this.
Missed. Are they in a false position then? Because of what's happened to them this season?
No, because even if you've got players missed and you're a team like Tottenham, Jason, should be able to accommodate players who are out and not be where they are in the league.
I mean,
but not where they are in the league.
I mean, 8 or 9 of their first team injured at times.
Well, not all at the same time.
Well, there was a time when there was about. Well, there was. They were all injured.
Still, you've got 25 players.
Yeah, that's this. What's Jason McIntyre speaking up for their mans there? We had a season when we had 12 players out, but we still managed to win a cup. You know what I mean? And still finish 3rd. Come on now, man. Seriously, man.
I didn't expect him to be challenging for the title with all those, but I didn't expect him to be in the bottom 6 of the league or 7 of the league. I didn't expect that. They should be able to cope with that, so and they even be 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that.
You look at that
while
bottom
they're
half
dealing
of the
with
league,
it.
and you've got United down there, Tottenham, West Ham, who went.
Yeah, but that's their problem, man. That's their problem. It's not my problem. They're not do with us where they are. In the last 10 years, only Liverpool and City of the big 6 lifted the title. Facts. Facts. That's big facts. Okay, let's see some more.
Under Moisey were always competitive, a 6th or an 8th placed finish, and a trophy to go with it when he was in charge. Look, Everton, now all right, they in recent seasons haven't, but there's some big clubs down.
Brentford, they've dropped a bit off. They've gone off a bit.
I mean, you got Tottenham, Manchester United, Everton, West Ham. 4 teams there
that you would expect to see 6th to 8th.
I tell you,
yeah, but the fact that sort of like Man United is down there, that's got nothing to do with us. It's more to do with them than anybody else. Any team that finds themselves in the bottom half of the league, it's to do with them, not to do with the person that's at the top of the league. Do you know what I mean? What's it got to do with us? I'm sure, I'm so sure, if Man United was at the top of the league and Liverpool was there, right? Liverpool's there, they won't be saying anything. They'll be saying nothing. They'll be quiet. They'll be quiet as a mouse. So that's got nothing to do with us. Do you know what I mean? That's why. So you're just talking rubbish, bro. Ravi says, Roz as well, if a team wants to do well in the season, then it's up to themselves to do better in the transfer window and maximize the squad better, not blame the season and standards are poor. Exactly, Ravs. Exactly my point. That is exactly my point. I think we're stupid. That's what they think now. I think we're damn stupid. Some more of this thing, yeah. This fool, yeah.
We've been disappointing this season in the league. Aston Villa and Newcastle. When when they got into Europe, we thought, oh right, okay, they now are in a position to strengthen and maybe hang around the top 5 positions. I mean, they're fighting.
Agreed.
For their
I thought Villa would do better in the league.
I did think Villa would do.
I think Villa have been preoccupied
with Champions League.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. It's been such a long time because it's like up there in that neck, and so do I. They still remember that glorious year. Then they won the European Cup as it was then. They've been such a long time since they've been in it. Emery's got such a good record as a coach in Europe, and I think they have taken their eye off the ball.
I agree. I think he likes a European campaign.
Don't all
he knows his way around.
Don't all European coaches love it? They love to have on their CV a successful
it's their ego.
European
It's their ego.
Correct. They love that. They'd rather have that than league. But I do think this, like Tottenham, Villa should still have a big enough group to be able to cope with what they were asked to do in the Champions League and still do better in the league. I mean, they're still in touch.
That's true, Andy. That's true. That is true, mate. They should have enough in the day to say, well, look, you know what, in the day, we may not win the league, but we're going to try and finish in a decent position. It's on them. It is on them. Don't try to make it, what Richard Keys is trying to do, he's trying to make it our problem. Our problem why these teams are down the bottom, and he likes to hear Man United and he likes to hear Tottenham and so forth, and how, Man City hasn't challenged, you know what I mean, and stuff. All those things there. But that's them. That's their business, man. I mean, nothing to do with us. Let's just more of this thing, y'all.
Villa still in touch with top 4, 5, 4 points behind maybe. And when I think of some of the performance and some of the points they've dropped this season, it's staggering. I think where they should be, where they could be.
If Newcastle win next week, I think they've had a fantastic season because they've won a trophy.
Oh, they won a trophy. Yeah, well, that would be it. That would be it.
So,
yeah, that would be big credit, wouldn't it? It would be big credit in the bank for Eddie Howe and Newcastle, but they're not moving in the direction that they want to, are they? The restraints on them are massive. And
well, if they win a trophy, yes, they are, because they haven't won a trophy since 1969.
But that's not really what the owners want, is it? The owners want Champions League football. The owners want to be able to spend the money that's burning a hole in the pocket. They want to be able to,
So you're not bothered about next week then? Liverpool wouldn't look at that and think that's a triumph?
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying where the owners would rather be. What would the owners rather be? Champions League football or win the League Cup?
He talks a lot of rubbish, He seriously. He literally talks a lot of rubbish at the day. Do you know what I mean? Let me just go back here quick, yeah? I don't think I'm on the right one. Hold on a minute. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Bumper Club. Let me just. I don't know what's happening here, man. I don't know what. I literally don't know what's happening there. I don't know what's happened there. It's just like you seem to have stuck. All right, let me just try something. I want to try a thing. Let me try something. Have I stopped? Right. I don't know what happened there, you know. I literally don't know what happened there. What is wrong with this thing? Give me 1 second, guys. The fuck? This won't work now. Blood clot. What I mean? I don't know what's happening with this thing, you know. Oh well. Yeah. It's a man, damn thing. They're acting like West Ham and Everton would be challenging for top 6. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Seriously, when last has West Ham challenged for the top 6? Seriously. When last has West Ham? What's this thing not working? Right, that's it. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you very much. Let's take that off a bit, and then we'll go back. Right, that's what I wanted to do. So it was working now. Okay, yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's enough of that anyway, because I'll come out of that now anyway. The only team that they can talk about is City. That's what I'm trying to say. Exactly. They've got their nose bent out of shape in the name. Richard Keys mainly, he's got his nose bent out of shape because Man City hasn't won it, and like Man United, the one that he loves, yeah, are down in 16th place. For example, it's like you go shopping. If you don't buy all the ingredients you need to make a jerk chicken and forget to buy the actual peas for the meal and substitute it with frozen garden peas. It's true though, isn't it? It's true. Anfield Ashman said, I love jerk chicken. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice. Have they got any West Indian restaurants in Ireland, Irishman? Let me know. Then that's on you, isn't it, Rods, for the not getting what you need for the meal. Can't blame the season is poor. No, in fact, you can't. You can't, mate. Right. Let's move on to the last subject, and the last subject is this. Last subject is this. Liverpool went down to Stamford Bridge yesterday to take on Chelsea. To be honest, at the day, they should have done a lot more better than what they've done. A lot more better than they've done. It was a very poor game. The likes of Trent didn't play well. I don't know why Kwanzaa. I don't know why they played Kwanzaa. I don't know why they played the weakened team. To be fair, I don't know why they played the weakened team, but they did so. They played the weakened team. Whereas the thing is, people seem to use logic these days. The thing is, people seem, I don't know. Oh no, he's supposed to put never seem to use logics these days. Yeah. I've got you, bro. I've got you. Yeah. So basic and day. Let me just send a birthday greetings. My friend sent me a message, said it's her birthday. So I'm gonna send her birthday greetings. Yeah, right. So the game yesterday where we went to Stamford Bridge and it was awful. It was fucking awful. Do you know what I mean? There were some players on the pitch that should not be playing. I don't know why he picked those players. I think he should have stuck with the team, stuck with that team he had last week, stuck with that, and he could always bring on these players later on. Do you know what I mean? But he never did that. He just did it the reverse. But by that time, do you know what I mean? It was like too late. By that time, it was too late. Just like awful. Tishimikas was getting done down his side. Do you know what I mean? Madueke, Noddy. Salah couldn't get past him for some reason. Couldn't get past him, and it's just like it was just poor. It's just so poor. And I always say this at the day, right? It doesn't matter if you've won the league. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is the fact that sort of like is, to me, this is what really matters is what you do. It's how you keep the standards up. Because what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to keep the standards up, yeah, till the end of the season. That's what you're supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? Don't drop the standards, but what? Because you won the league. Don't drop the standards. Do you know what I mean? Because you still got other games to play. You still got points to sort of like to go for. And I felt yesterday that they completely dropped the standards against a team really, when you think about it, like Carl Palmer that hasn't scored in 18 games. This 19th game of the day, he was looking like prime Messi because we let him do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we let him. The thing is about what gets me, and they right, is like people like Salah, and then they are playing. Salah's playing like, you know, for the full 90 minutes. Salah's playing the full 90 minutes. Kwanzaa and they would play the full 90 minutes and beyond. Do you know what I mean? No, don't tell me. You can't tell me that Trent is not looking at this and thinking, well, you know what? It's not for me anymore. Do you know what I mean? And these are all the things that people got to take into consideration before they start sort of like saying, well, look, you know, this and that. So the game is, I mean, like Endo Fernandez, they opened the scoring, yeah, in the first couple of minutes. So he opened the scoring. As I said, like Trent, Tshimika's got skin down his side. I don't understand, right? He just got dealt with down that side there, and he got crossed into the area, and then like basically Endo had a tap in, and that's what he did. tapped it in. Next game was like the defense. I don't know what was happening with defense. I literally don't know what's happening with defense, yeah, but it was just like a fiasco. Do you know what I mean? And what actually happens is like Virgil ends up kicking a ball off of Kwanzaa back in the net, on goal, and 2-0. We managed to get a goal back by a set piece, but then we give away a penalty to a player, and to the player that gave away the penalty shouldn't have been on the pitch at the time there. He should have come off a long time. But if I look on my team there, I'm sure, if I look at this team, I'm so sure. Hold on. So sure. Like yesterday. No, you had him on the bench. And you had Kanati on the bench as well. You had Kanati on the bench. So I don't know why Kanati didn't come on. So that's what I'm trying to say. So he gives away the penalty 3-1. Carl Palmer puts it away 3-1, and we lose the game. We lose to an out of form Chelsea. We've literally right given them the leg up to get into the top four. We've literally done that. Do you know what I mean? So as I said, as the guy from Anfield Agenda said, if they end up outbidding us for players next season, Liverpool got themselves to blame because they should have killed them off yesterday. Shouldn't have changed nothing, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then you bring on sort of like Kaiser later on as left back. Got the fuck out of here, man. Don't you think that sort of Trent's not watching all that and saying, "Yeah, bro, I'm gone, boy. I'm gone. You man ain't got a clue." You know what I mean? So that was the game yesterday. Do you know what I mean? 3-1 yesterday, and yeah, wasn't a good circumstances. I did something. I did it well. It wasn't good yesterday. Anfield Irishman said there's a few, but it's not a big thing here. More likely to get it at the front, at the food truck, at the festivals or something. Okay. I need to come over there for a festival, you know, Irishman. You let me know when the festival is. I'll come over there, man. I predicted. Anfield Irishman says again. I predicted a 3-1 loss. Could see it coming a mile away, especially when the team came out. Seeing standards, man. It's standards, boy. Standards. Big up 257 because there's a big up uncle. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you go, and also hit the like button as well, my friend. Please do. Start the season. Start the second half with subs. Salah does not need to bust his gut for a full 90 minutes like Rod's reggae mix tapes. Or TDK, the rock. Remember that TDK? You were laughing there. Doesn't need. I mean, yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, well, that was the game yesterday. That was the game, 3-1. It wasn't a good state of affairs, but we got Arsenal this weekend. So just to see what happens there, innit? See if we can pick up the standards. You know what I mean? Right, I'm gonna make a move, guys. It was nice to be here. I will be back tomorrow evening with the watch along for Inter Milan versus Barcelona. Gonna do the thumbnail in just a gist. You know what I mean? So you see that out bit later on. So if you want to come and join me for that game tomorrow evening. And also be doing on Wednesday evening, I'll be doing the PSG versus Arsenal. You know what I mean? Second leg. Do you know what I mean? So I'll be covering them two games. Okay, so if you want to come and join me, come and join me. Because I tend to I want to do more games from abroad and stuff. But you know, one last thing about sort of like this thing with Trent, I've got a good feeling that Klopp might end up at Real Madrid. You know, I've got that feeling. But you know, watch this press. Watch this. You know what I mean? Remember, if it happens, if it does happen, remember where you heard it first. Okay, guys. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow evening for the watch along. In the meantime, stay blessed. Love for the love. Take care, everybody. Bye bye now. Take care.